Welcome to December 18th and the 18th little door of the Artsy Advent Calendar 2020. For today I decided to work with that cute whimsical illustration, that cute little bear hibernating, sleeping through the winter with some candlelights to keep him all cozy, and he's a little like festive, even though he's like sleeping through Christmas time most of the time. Yeah, so I remember I had so much fun sketching this, drawing this, because I think I never sketched or drew a sleeping bear before, and I always wanted to. So yeah, here he is. Hope you will enjoy this. This again is part of the Printables pack, so if you have downloaded this, you can work along with me, use my video as inspiration, or you can just create something completely different or something just inspired by this. Either way, please make sure to use the hashtag Artsy Advent Calendar 2020 so that I can take a look at your work inspired by this. Yeah, so wishing you a beautiful day, folks, and let's jump right in and let's bring him to life with some colors. And maybe a little tip here, if you want to achieve that like fuzzy edge here, a very natural looking fuzzy edge, and it's just making it so much easier to color this. It really helps to pre-wet the paper, the area where you want the colors to go. Later, just add some clear water, not too much, you don't want any puddles to form on the paper, but a good amount of water. Make sure you also go beyond that outline of the image, because you want to allow some space for the colors to blend. And then you just load your brush with a nice watercolor. You just slightly dab that in, and you can see how it kind of runs into the surrounding area and really creates a beautiful, very loose, very random effect. And I really like that a lot, especially for areas like this where I don't want to like color in every single little needle of that pine tree here. Then you can also, if you want this to spread out a little further into one direction, you can just load your brush with some water again, and with your brush tip facing towards the area, you can just dab a little bit more water in to allow the color to spread out a little further. And I really like that look of that, like very, very loose, very random edge. I could dab in a little bit more of a darker color here. And you can see you really just dab it in and it kind of spreads out by itself. And I really like this look. It's very, very organic. So that's an option if you don't want to like very accurately color this in. Same down here, pre-wetting the surface, the paper. And then I'm just loading my brush with some watercolor, and I'm just dabbing that in, allowing it to spread out. And I can again go back in and work my way like along that edge to allow the colors to spread out a little more.
Let's go, there are no reasons to be blue. It's Christmas time, I hear the jingle bells go by. Let's wait up for Santa's sled, we wave goodbye. Let's wait up for Santa's sled, we wave goodbye. Calling a Christmas cheer throughout the world, singing of happy times and peace on earth. It's Christmas time, I hear the jingle bells go by. Things will come together as will you and I. Things will come together as will you and I. Oh, it's Christmas time. Oh, it's Christmas time. Gather all the people from the far ends of the earth. Remind them that it's Christmas. We're following the northern star to guide us where we need to be. Remember that it's Christmas for you and me. For you and me. Hey! It's Christmas time and time is running oh so fast. Share your Christmas everywhere so it would last. Share your Christmas everywhere so it would last.
And another little tip, maybe if you want, or if you need a little bit additional shading, but you don't want to go back in with watercolor, then you can also use a colored pencil. I would like to do this as well, just to add a little bit of shadow in some smaller areas, especially for like really tiny areas, and for just a little bit of additional shading. That's a perfect solution. Like here, for example, I'm just blocking in a tiny bit of purple into the shadow areas, and this way you can add a little more shadow without reactivating the watercolors and without the risk of losing the watercolor texture that you already put in. So that's a really good and an easy option to darken the shadow areas a little more and to add a little bit more depth to the shadows here, like with this purple, for example. And purple is actually my favorite for the shading. Purple and shades of blue, bluish gray, all those colors work very well for some shading, for some shadow.